to another episode of Ask the Chapter. My name is Nefeli Antonopoulou. I'm the program manager at Pixelogic Media and also the chapter manager for Women in Localization Greece. And I'm joined here today by Paola Manca, who's the founder of Unpaired Translations and also, of course, the chapter manager for Madrid, the very newly created chapter that we have. Welcome, Paola. Very nice to have you here.
Thank you, Nefeli. Thanks a lot for having me.
Oh, of course, a pleasure. I think I would like to get started by getting maybe a little bit of a context and a history in your career path and how that kind of led you to Women in Localization and even more so in founding a whole new chapter. If you can give us kind of an overview of that.
Well, it's a fantastic adventure I have embarked on, and I'm glad to go back in history and see how we got until now. So, well, I'm Italian, so my story starts from the island of Sardinia in Italy. I was born there, then I went to study translation and interpreting in Trieste, still in Italy, at the border with Slovenia. I graduated in translation and interpreting, and then I moved to Madrid, where I started a career in the localization industry. I started first as a project manager in a video game localization company, and then I discovered that I didn't have what it took to work as someone within a company. I have a freelancer spirit, so I just went to freelance after just 8 months, I think. So I started working as a freelance translator, localizer, interpreter. My education is actually a conference interpreter, but when I went to Spain, I didn't speak Spanish, so I couldn't really work on the private market in Spain as an interpreter. So I just started translating, and that brought me to get a very, very wide experience of the industry, to see a lot of different projects, a lot of different languages as well. I used to work as a translator into Italian from English, Spanish, Dutch, Swedish, Norwegian, and Danish. So a very wide array of Nordic languages. And it was really very interesting for me to see how much we could contribute to communication, international communication, with our work, and the technology was starting to become great as it is now. Those years I started with a Trados dongle, so that's something for a museum now, I think. Actually, even earlier with WordFast and the free version of WordFast. So that was it's really funny when you think back to those days.
Yes, and then, I think even though not so many years have passed, usually for most of us in our careers, it's how much technology changes and how much it influences all our professions is really mind-boggling. I mean, I wasn't there for that, but I'm being told that in audiovisual translation, they would send out the movies in VHS and receive back the translation in floppy disk. I'm like, yeah, it's a very different world we live in today.
Yeah, totally different. And so, yeah, I evolved along the path of freelance linguist work, basically, and then I decided to enter the world of the company, of the LSP. So basically, I transformed my small business as a freelancer into a company. That was in 2016, and I founded Unpaired Translations. At first, it was me. With myself and I, and then I hired a person, a girl who helped me with well, translations and a bit of administration, and she was how you call them, a stagiaire? No, yes.
Yeah, like doing her internship.
Yes, an intern. An intern. She was my first hire as an intern first, and then as a person on payroll. So she was the first one in the company. And and from there we started to grow, and we have grown into boutique agency with 10 people, and quite happy with that. So now we are ready to face the new era of AI, and let's see how we can thrive with that, with a lot of out of the box thinking. I think that's what we need, creativity.
Yes, absolutely. It's interesting times. And how did you find your way with women in localization?
Well, women in localization has always been there for me. I mean, I have followed their footsteps forever. I don't remember exactly when I became aware of the organization, but yes, I've been watching their webinars or reading their materials and wishing to take part into their events, but that was not really possible because we didn't have a chapter in Madrid. So that was just something that was there online, as most things in the industry at that time. So I was like very interested in knowing these women who were doing so interesting things, and getting involved and getting to know them. But it was quite difficult. I mean, it's great to take part in a webinar, but it's not the same as to take part in a real in-person event. So maybe at some conference where they were giving a speech, or they were having a booth or something, it was always a pleasure for me to go and try to learn more about the organization.
I see. And then you have a very new chapter, a new leadership team, I'm sure. Do you want to talk to us a little bit more about that? Like, do they come from different backgrounds, and how do you kind of divide maybe the work between you, or any, things that have worked or have not worked for you up to now? Also, for the benefit of anyone who is running a chapter or is part of a chapter that is listening to us and can get ideas and information of how to run the leadership team. I wonder, I mean, you're very fresh and new, but you must have had some, insights in building one from scratch, really.
It was really interesting, really motivating, really thrilling to go through all the process, and then see the culmination with the launch and the launch event, and all the activities that we have in our pipeline now. We got a call from Carrie of the Global Growth Program in February, and she said, let's start a chapter in Madrid. And she called two of us actually, who had randomly written to the Women Localization global email asking, why don't we open a chapter in Madrid? So she just picked us and put us together in a meeting, and we kind of knew each other more or less. And then everyone brought together a little group of people that we knew that were interested, that had the right profile to do a good job together. And I must say that we were very lucky, because we are all on the same page in the sense that we all work in a similar way, that we all have a similar concept of leadership, of collaboration. So it's very balanced group, and there are no conflicts, no people who want to be first one, So it's really easy to work with my colleagues. And yes, we have organized the roles. We are 8. We have a role that is split. So we have chapter manager, that's me. And everyone said, I would like to be this. I would like to take care of this part. And I said, I would like to take care of chapter management, because I have a management role in my company. So I'm not really a specialist of anything special in the functions of the technical function that the chapter should take care of. And well, and they agreed. Otherwise, I'm not sure what I could have done. So we have a sponsorship manager. Then we have 2 membership managers, because also we thought that being a new chapter, we really need to give a big push to the membership part. So we need more people to take care of that. It's where the most effort probably should be done. So we wanted to have much a lot of security in there, so that we had everyone has, I mean, we're all volunteers, so we have our own jobs, families. So membership looked like something that we could use with some reinforcement. Then we have an event manager, Lazaro. She's a Lock Launch ambassador, so she's fantastic at organizing events, and she really does a fantastic job in very little time. So that really flows fantastically. And I don't know, should I name all my colleagues? Maybe it's too long for this.
You don't have to. We don't usually.
Okay. So we also have great people for marketing, for social media marketing, social media accounts. At the moment, we only have LinkedIn. We prefer to start small and check things first and get a good audience in LinkedIn, and then maybe we will open some more channels. But yeah, we are very, very happy about the group, and also the response that the Madrid community gave us when we launched the chapter. The chapter was officially announced on September 4th, and we had the first event in October, mid-October. And we had a great party with a fantastic sponsor, and it was really, really nice. A lot of people networking, having fun, and saying thank you. It was really necessary to have a chapter here, because we have been waiting for you for so long. So we're really happy that you're here at last. And that's really good, really satisfying. Had a lot of echo on social media as well, with people not from within the organization, but also external people posting about the event and saying that they were really happy, that it was an amazing experience. So we're quite satisfied, and we saw that there is a community. We already knew that, but we have the proof that there is a big community, localization community in Madrid, and that they are really happy to contribute to the further development of this community, and in particular to foster and promote the role of women in localization. That's our mission, first mission.
Yes, absolutely. That's all very interesting. I'm keeping 2 points, especially that you mentioned. One is that, as a new, you perceived a need. You perceived a need that we're going to need to focus mostly on membership, and then you had more people there. And I think that's really a very smart strategy, depending on, where the chapter is. In our case, for example, in Greece, we're already 5 years in, and I think we've done quite well in terms of membership and so on, but we're really putting some stress on sponsorship now. So in that kind of sense, it would make a lot of sense to have chapters have maybe more people in a role, whatever they perceive is where they need to focus on the most for that 2-year mandate. That's a very interesting observation. And also in Greece too, we have our events manager is also a Lock Launch ambassador. And I find that works quite well, because we can kind of, have people informed and have the 2 groups kind of communicate between them, really, or, people get brought in from one group to the other, and it makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of synergies there to be realized. Brilliant. And congratulations on your successful event. What are your plans for the future then?
Now we have a lot of plans. In terms of events, we had a smaller online Christmas networking last week. And one of the attendees was a professor at the local university here in Madrid, the Complutense University. And she said that she was absolutely enthusiastic about having a women localization chapter in Madrid, finally, because she feels, she senses some kind of fear in her students, the girls. She feels this, I don't know if it's like respect, but also she really spoke about fear of technology. So she really wants to have women localization go to university and speak with students and explain and try to make, let's say, technology less scary and more approachable for them. So to empower female students to the use of technology. So it's something that we really want to do with them, because it's, I think, the university is where the next generation of professional localizers starts. So I think it's absolutely necessary, and we really want, I mean, this is the core of our mission: empower young females to be able to work with technology in localization without fear, and supporting each other. And I mean, if you don't understand something about, or if you don't understand anything about AI, because at the beginning no one understood anything, and it's still at times quite difficult to understand, not the concept maybe, but how you can use that in your daily work, especially if you're not a translator, but maybe some other function. So I think it's really important to, lose the fear, to show your vulnerability, that you don't know something and you can ask for help, and we are here to help. Everyone is here to help. So this is the first project that we have, the first plan for a new event in 2025, to have an event at Complutense University and speak with students. And then she said, this professor said that other professors that she knows, not in Madrid maybe, but in the rest of Spain, also have the same issue with their students. And so she suggested some kind of road tour. I don't know if it's going to be possible to have that, but it is our intention to focus on the academia.
Yes, I think that's extremely important. I mean, we're getting the same feedback, of course, too, unsurprisingly, that, universities, especially students, are kind of rattled because they haven't even entered the workforce, and there's all this talk of this radical changes and, deciphering what is true and what isn't, what's here to stay and what is not, is easier for us to do that are already in the industry, and then have this conversation. So we definitely kind of bridge industry and academia and their needs and everything that is being discussed and taught, because it's definitely times of change. It's not the first time, I'm sure it won't be the last either, but right now we're definitely riding that kind of wave. Brilliant. That's very interesting to hear. I think a lot of inspiration and ideas that we can all take on board. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention before we close for today?
We're very happy of the success that we have been witnessing, and we're also very proud to spread the word of women localization, because in the last event, the online event, there were two guys, and they said until we met the Madrid chapter, they were at the inauguration, at the launch party, and they said until we really met the chapter, we didn't realize that it was something for us as well. We always thought that going to an event for women, we would have been not well received there, that we were taking space from women. So we were a bit awkward, we didn't know what to do. But when we went to the event, we really felt welcome, and our opinion was valued. And yes, of course, this is something that I really value as a success for us, because to encourage everyone to take part in the mission that is promote women's role in this industry is it's something that everyone is involved to. So without men, I mean, it's difficult now. It would be even more difficult if men wouldn't be involved in this effort. So I think it's very positive that we have produced this change.
Yes, absolutely. We do see men participate also, and it's very encouraging because, yeah, exactly as you say, you always need allies, and you need everybody to participate and be inclusive in order to indeed kind of effectuate change and be able to empower women in the workplace, and have them work through that in safe environments is one of the better ways that you can achieve it, for sure. Okay, great. Well, thank you very much for your time, Paola. And I'm sure we'll meet again when you have, more kilometers
Yes.
under your compteur, and then we can discuss even more. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Nefeli. Bye.